Hi everyone, Karen here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's forecast, energy update and spiritual insights for Monday the 5th of April through to Sunday the 11th of April 2021. Happy Easter to wherever you are in the world. And this is really a time of giving thanks and gratitude for all that we are blessed to have in our lives, no matter how small that may be to you or how big that may be to you. This is a beautiful opportunity to appreciate, to show appreciation to the people in your life who make a difference to you, who you value, those people who support that really does get you through when you need it the most. You know, often we think that our friends have to be around us 24/7, yet many of you, I'm sure, would have at least one friend that no matter how long it has been since you've seen them, if you needed their help and support, you know in your heart that you can rely on them to be there for you. And they're the people, they're the diamonds, the gems of the tapestry of our lives that help keep that connection, that really help to maintain that sense of knowing that there is someone that you can rely on when you need them most. As we move into the energy of this week, you know, it is also about new beginnings and blessings. So April really brings to us I guess if you like, a sense of fast pace. You know, it feels like time is speeding up. It's like, oh my God, how are we already in April? And there's also a feeling of perhaps urgency, I would like to say excitement around creativity, making plans. There's a motivation, really. The energy of April provides us with the energy that we require at this time to tap into, to give us that sense of motivation, to provide us with what it is that we need when we harness this energy to manifest and create. On the 6th of April or the 7th, depending on where you are in the world, the asteroid Cirrus, I may not have pronounced that correctly, that's my Australian pronunciation. And it is an asteroid which is known for its feminine power, its ability for us to tap into that sense of nourishment and also abundance. I had this conversation today with my mum, and it's around women, the divine feminine, and nourishment. And, you know, I see around me, you know, so many people who are affected by illnesses that, you know, affect women where we nourish the most. We nourish our children, we nourish our loved ones, we nourish our friends, we nourish our relationships. We give, and give. And I really wonder, you know, it surprises me that we still live in a society where women aren't supported or encouraged to nourish themselves. Yes, there's a lot of talk of that out there, but how many of you actually do it? How many of you actually get that intuitive nudge that you need to take time out for yourself? Or, you know, you get that intuitive nudge of, I really need to have a massage, or I really need to have a day to myself, or I really need to do this. You know, we're telling ourselves all the time, we're repeating our intuitive nudges to ourselves all of the time, whether that's externally to our friends or our family, or whether it's just the internal mind chatter that you have, that conversation that you're having. Yes, I really need to do that. Yes, I really need to book that in for myself. And I just can't help but wonder how much of that inability to give ourselves permission to nourish ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves, that we ignore, that is actually playing a role in what's manifesting physically for many women on the planet right now. And it's, it doesn't matter what age you are. And I guess because I've just reached an age milestone last year, it's something that's, really coming to my attention and my awareness more so, because now I'm supposed to be doing something about that. But there are just so many women who are significantly affected, and there's so many other variables that can actually contribute to that. And I'm not going to go into those right now. But what has come up for me intuitively is we're still, as a collective, as women, we're not honoring our divine feminine essence. We're not embracing the beauty of who we are, regardless of what we may or may not look like externally, whether our bodies are the right size, or whether we look the right way, or whether we have the right this or that. And what always comes to me is, at what age or at what point do we release and let go of the bullshit stories that tell us internally that we're not enough? When do we let go of the desire to serve everybody else before, on some level, we believe that we're worthy of having a service for ourselves, serving ourselves first, or saying yes to ourselves first? And I just really feel that we are moving into a time on the planet where there is significant awareness arising in the power and the necessity of tapping into our divine feminine energy. The divine feminine through the goddesses, the divine feminine through nature, through creativity, through connecting into our heart space and just asking the question, if I could do whatever I wanted, or if I could have whatever I wanted, what would that be? And then when that comes up for you, imagine that you have that. Imagine that you have that in your life now. And how does that feel? Does it feel comfortable? Or does it bring up for you those limiting beliefs, the blocks that allow you to open your heart to receive what it is that you want, desire, and deserve to have? At what point will you allow yourself to ask for what you want in life, to say what it is that you want in life, to be able to set those healthy boundaries, to set time aside for yourself, to do what you love? So many women, and myself included, have the belief that they can only be happy once their children are happy. If I know my children are happy, then I know I'll be happy. This is something I've really had to work through as a mum of adult children, and that letting go and trusting that they are here to live their own soul journeys, and I can't control their happiness. Yes, of course, I want them to be happy, but I am the one that is fully responsible for my own happiness. Nobody else is, no other situation is, nobody else is responsible for that but me. The same as nobody else is responsible for your happiness. You are. And that may feel comfortable for you, or it may feel uncomfortable for you. And if it feels uncomfortable for you, then there are a multitude of beliefs, whether that's genetic, ancestral, past life, or what you have been subconsciously programmed with in your upbringing. I can't help but feel that it's time for us as a collective, and men as well. This doesn't mean that men don't have access to the divine feminine. Of course they do, the same as we have access to the divine masculine. There needs to be both masculine and feminine. It's in everything that we see. It's in every aspect of nature. And so it is when we can embody both the divine feminine and the divine masculine that there can be true, harmonious equality, peace, harmony, and an expansion of evolution in a way that we were born to create. So if you like to place your hand on your heart center, would you like to know that it is possible to be happy? That you know that it is possible to create your own happiness, that you know what it feels like to be happy, that you know that it is possible to experience happiness regardless of what's going on outside of you. Can we teach you that you know what it feels like to be happy through the perspective of the creator of all that is? That you know how and when to be happy, that you know how and when to express happiness, and that you know that it is possible to have happiness and experience happiness without waiting for the other shoe to drop. That you know it is possible to tap into and create your own happiness regardless of who is telling you can or you can't, and having discernment around what it is that you choose to feel happy about, because it is your choice. I am happy. I am worthy of happiness. I know how to be happy. Say yes to receive. Take a deep breath in. So for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, Look a Little Deeper. We do have the energy of the square of Mars and Saturn occurring this month. And we're also experiencing the influence of Pluto. And so this is a very powerful time for us to be looking within to the lost parts of ourselves. You know, the part of you when you were a child and you were singing and you were told that you couldn't sing, so you locked it away. The aspect of you that loves to be creative and it wasn't nurtured and it wasn't encouraged, so you locked it away. The aspect of you that tells you that you're not good enough to do or be anything. This is a powerful time to be bringing those hidden aspects of ourselves to the light of our conscious awareness so that it can be loved, accepted, acknowledged, heard, encouraged, supported. When we shine a light on something that is dark and hidden within us, it reveals to us the beauty and the gift within as it reflects and ignites within the attention of the light that shone upon it. This is a time for you to be really looking into what it is that no longer serves you, how you can resolve that, how you can heal it, how you can take the learnings from it, and then allow it to really be I'm being shown a diamond in the rough. So when we dig a little deeper, when we dig into the earth of who we are, when we dig into the core of who we are, to those parts of ourselves that have been remained hidden all of this time, when we dig deep enough and we bring to the surface what is hidden and the light shines upon it, it is as magnificent, it is as bright, it is as dazzling as the most purest diamond that has ever been dug up. You are multifaceted, just like a diamond. And even a flaw in a diamond, what is perceived to be a flaw, it can, in many cases, add value to it. It can add to its beauty. It can add to its mystique. It can add to the preciousness of that stone. And there is a preciousness, a beauty, something within you that no price can ever be placed upon, that has led you to who you are today in the eyes of the divine, the creator of all that is. You are as magnificent as the most unique diamond ever to have been discovered on this earth plane. And all of your experiences, no matter how dark, no matter how traumatic, all of those experiences are the pieces of the puzzle that, when coming together in wholeness, show the full picture and expansiveness and brilliance of who you are. And it is in that wholeness and that acceptance of all aspects of who you are that you shine your most brightest ever. Thursday and Friday, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. The blue flame is that spark of divinity within us. It's the doorway that we walk through. It's the doorway that feels big and it feels scary and it feels hard. But there is a deep inner knowing within you. Somewhere on a cellular level, there is a knowing that once you step over that threshold and allow yourself to walk through that light, the version of you that appears on the other side of that doorway, that steps over that threshold, is a version of you that is transformative, that is awakened. Once you begin to see, once you begin to seek, once you begin to ask the question, all right, universe, what is the deal? What is the deal? All right, angels, are you really there? Give me a sign. Okay, I'm being told and I'm listening and I'm hearing that there is something else out there, that I'm more than what I am led to believe. Once you start asking those questions and you start seeking and you start receiving the signs and you start to discover or see through the illusion, when you start to tap into that knowingness that there is a force within you that is something other than this world, other than this 3D experience, once you start to tap into that, you cease to be who you were. And you never go back to who you were. We can never go back to who we were. We can't even be the same person that we were an hour ago or a day ago. We're forever evolving and changing. And this is happening very quickly for you at this time. So follow the breadcrumbs. Follow, acknowledge the synchronistic events that happen. You have a conversation with somebody about something, and then the next conversation with a different person, they bring up a book or a teacher or a course that is exactly answering what it is that you were just asking. The universe is answering your call right now. Your soul is answering your call right now. So be awake and alert to everything that's happening around you. And each time that you line up with those synchronistic signs, events, conversations, meetings, whatever it may be, give thanks in that moment to the universe. And each time that you do that, you are strengthening that beautiful line of communication. Saturday and Sunday. Double mission. Lightworker, starseed, serve the world by being you. This is such a powerful message right now, and how beautiful is this card? There are so many of us. We know we're light workers. The conversation is out there. There's so many books on it. There's so many quizzes. But there are so many of us here right now on the planet that know, that feel, even if we can't articulate it, even if we don't say it out loud, there's a feeling that you have had your whole life that you are meant to do something, that you're here to do something, that you're on some level, in some way, you're here to make a difference, even if it's just for one person. Even if you're making a difference in one person's life, you are making a difference in the whole of the human collective. It's the ripple effect. What you can do is, when you serve yourself by being true to yourself, by honoring yourself, by nurturing, nourishing, embracing, embodying, and loving yourself, being kind and compassionate to yourself, that is the greatest ripple effect that you can have in the collective consciousness of humanity. Mother Teresa had an amazing quote. I'm not going to remember it off the top of my head, but it really went along the lines of, she can be the one to cast the first stone. And that first stone of change will send out a ripple effect of change throughout all of humanity. That's my spin on it. And that's my belief. When you think of the message that you're giving to your daughter, your sister, your nieces, whatever females are around you, because we as females need to be the ones, apparently at this time on the planet, that need to learn this lesson, that we need to understand it at the deepest level. By serving yourself first, you are teaching other women how to do the same. You're giving other women permission to do the same. On an energetic level, on a psychic level, on a law of attraction level, on a physical level, and an emotional level. By being yourself, this is the greatest way that you can show up. Not who you think you should be, not who someone else tells you should be. Just be you. Serve you, be you, and that is the most powerful way that you can serve the world. Because when you align to that, that's when the divine shows up in your life, and she lovingly takes your hand and she leads you on the path of service. So I hope that those messages serve you well. As always, please be kind and gentle with yourself. Thank you for sharing. I love getting your feedback. Namaste, blessed be, and I shall speak to you again next week. Bye.